Yes, I have to go back.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh man, I should have gotten an Uber out here. Here's a story. I once got in a fist fight with Glenn Close. I was doing this movie called The Paper, which is one of my favorite movies, a really good movie. Talking about it on an hour. And there's a scene in it where Glenn and I are very confrontational, and it leads to, it gets physical. And when there's a scene, I hadn't worked with her before, and I'd always been a fan. And so on the day of the shoot for this particular scene, I see her walking down, we're shooting in there, these printing presses, real printing presses, and they're running. And I see Glenn coming down to shoot the scene, and she is as locked in and as focused and as on point as anybody I've ever seen. And I thought to myself, shit, I'm about to get my ass kicked by Glenn Close. I mean, I looked down and I thought, well, I can hang in this scene with her. And I looked down at my knee. My right knee was like shaking like Elvis. It's one of my favorite scenes I've ever done with anyone. And I would just tell you, before we go any farther, it's me personally, I just love when people get their due. Man, I just love it. I love to see it, especially sometimes when it may be overdue. And yeah, you bet. And this woman is tremendous. And you can tell, because to gauge the measure of an actor, all you have to do is watch her, Glenn in this case, when her co-stars are doing all the talking. Because for much of The Wife, the camera is trained on Glenn's character, Joan Castleman, whether or not the character is even uttering lines. It is such a joy to watch this actor, this masterful actor at work. And it's obvious to see why she's been nominated for a Spirit, a SAG, and a Golden Globe Award for this performance, which is priceless, I think. Joan Castleman is just one of almost, they tell me, 100 roles. 100 roles Glenn Close has aced over this last 4 decades plus. So, icon, you know, I think 2 Golden Globes, 3 Emmys, 3 Tonys, a SAG Award, and way too many other nominations and prizes to name, say it all. So I want you to turn your attention to the silver screen and watch some of this masterful work.
Oh yeah, right. You sob in my lap and you beg me to forgive you, and I owe.
Domestic bliss. So, not only a great actor, but according to this movie, Glenn Close, pretty damn good writer too. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Glenn Close.
I love that award. Thank you. Wow, thank you, Michael, for getting out of your jammies, for your sweat, and showing up at this incredible occasion. I do not take it lightly, and I thank you profusely. And thanks to the Palm Springs International Film Festival, Harold Matzner, you put on one hell of a party. I was here 8 years ago for the first time, and it is such an honor to be back here tonight. And I'm here because of the wife. So I want to thank Michael Barker and Tom and Sal for their incredible Sony Classics team for how they have so beautifully loved and handled this movie. It was an independent film that took 14 years to make, and you never know if it will have an audience. We made it in Glasgow and had 5 days in Stockholm, and the fact that it had not only an audience, but it actually got sold to every single country in the world. You just never know, but it's been an amazing ride, and I want to thank Rosalie Swedlund and Claudia Blumhaber, our brilliant, passionate producers, Kevin, Huvane, and Franklin Latt. I really love you, and thank you for sticking with this project and with me. I was with this project for 5 years before it actually got shot. And I want to thank Meg Wolitzer and Jane Anderson for writing such a beautiful, challenging novel and screenplay. And especially to our inspired director, Bjorn Runge. It was his first film in English. He's Swedish. And because I could trust him completely, I knew that he knew where to put the camera and he knew how to light our faces so that what we were doing would resonate. And it gave me a great sense of freedom. So I thank Bjorn for that. And you couldn't have a movie called The Wife unless there was a husband. So it was the magnificent Jonathan Pryce, who was an inspiring partner. And he had the bravery, I will say, the courage to play a role, to play the man, the husband, in a movie called The Wife, that we joked about it a lot. And I want to thank the supremely gifted Annie Stark for being a perfect incarnation of the young Joan Castleman. And she really laid down the foundation on which I was able to build a character. And she also happens to be my daughter, and I'm very, very proud of her. And also Christian Slater, I called him my sparring partner. We had that fantastic scene in the bar where he gets me drunk, and it was wonderful playing with Christian. We had a wonderful time. I have to admit that I've tended to be confused as to what's an icon and what's an emoji. So I was thinking if this were an emoji award, it would look like certainly it would look like but if it were an icon emoji award, it would most certainly look big. But I realized that by icon, you don't mean that I'm an envelope or an arrow or a forward slash. You are basically rewarding me for the choices I have made in this terrifyingly delicious profession over the nearly 45 years that I've had the thrill of calling myself an actress.
Yeah!
You know, I know it's supposed to be gender equal, that everybody's now called an actor, but I still like calling myself an actress because actresses, so. You are rewarding me because from my first movie, The World According to Garp, to my last movie, The Wife, I have had magnificent collaborators in the directors, the DPs, the costume designers, the writers, hair and makeup teams, dressers, drivers, caterers, and of course my fellow actors. Nothing is better than to have a great story and great collaboration with whom to and great collaborators with whom to figure out how best to tell that story. I have been blessed beyond my wildest dreams. And to receive this beautiful award at the beginning of a brand new year makes me feel like I'm 71 going on 18. Or to be more realistic, 35.